Hi, guys.
What's up, guys?
Welcome back.
Happy holidays.
Almost. We're in December.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait to
Wear your peacoat.
wear my peacoat. But I can't wait to spend all of my hard-earned money on all my friends and family to show them how much I love and appreciate them and really get into the holiday
You could just send them a
spirit.
nice letter.
Yeah, no,
Save your
no.
money.
You have to buy things for people.
Oh,
and,
right. How else would they know that you love them if you don't spend
Yeah.
a lot of money?
Like, how dare you get me a $20 gift when you got them a $50 gift? I want more.
I deserve so much more than this.
Yeah.
I feel like holidays, it's weird, right? Because we go through Thanksgiving
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, oh, what am I thankful for? Blah, blah, blah. And then the next day it's like, all right, spend.
Black
like,
Friday, let's go. Let's
I need
stab each other
everything.
and trample each other and run through the store and get the best deal.
Like, I never understood that. Is that just America?
Yeah.
Pretty
And
much,
the
right?
the same way that engagement rings, if I'm not mistaken, were originally made as a way for jewelry stores to make more money. They weren't actually for engagement.
Oh,
So
really?
they're like, buy this fancy diamond ring, when really you just need a wedding band.
Right.
But same thing with holidays. They're like, oh, we can make a tremendous amount of money.
We can market on women needing
Yeah.
things. Perfect.
That, Christmas, Easter, like all these holidays are all made to like make companies money. They weren't made, but like the dominant theme in our society now is that, spend,
Right.
buy things for people. That's how we're going to celebrate these holidays.
It makes sense. I mean, that's where we live. So,
Yeah.
and the tradition of, I think, holidays have like really changed as well. Like, I don't know, people don't really spend as much time with their family as they used to.
No, not at all.
And it's so sad because it's like, I mean, it's sad, but I also understand that with time, people change and like, it's just normal to not have to go home for every single holiday. Like, you don't spend time with those people normally. So why are you spending it with them out of habit, out of tradition? Like, it's almost like religion in a way.
Yeah.
There's a few things that I like still love to do, and I think I will like carry those like traditions on, but I think it's okay to like not have to do the same thing over and over again, or creating your own holiday. Like, I think like over the past few years I've had like a lot of my friends just come over to my mom's house for Christmas Eve. And a lot of people, like, if you're not Italian or whatever, Christmas Eve isn't like that big of a deal, but she does like this huge like pasta, and like, it's almost like bigger than Christmas Day dinner.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, like, well, if you don't have anything going on Christmas Eve, like, come to my mom's house. And like, that has been some of the best like holiday memories I've had, because it's like, oh, it's people that I actually like see on a day-to-day basis, or people that I want to hang out with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just feel like it's different.
It's definitely interesting to see how like times change, like families changing and stuff like that, and like how traditions change. But I feel like it is nice to have like those few core traditions that you might keep with your family. Like, we might, like, for example, my family, they do like this pumpkin pie that was like passed down from my grandma.
Aw.
And like my brother makes it, my mom makes it. I'm not really a pumpkin pie fan, but like they are obsessed with like how good it is, and it's just like one of those things that every single year, like, the house fills up with the smell of the pumpkin pie. It's Christmas time, it's Thanksgiving time, and it's just like a holiday tradition. But it is important too, I feel like, as a family, or like as a friend, whatever your living situation is, to have like some kind of traditions or something that at least get you into the spirit of the holiday.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I mean, also too, other people could care less if it's a holiday. It's just another day to them. But
Yeah.
if you're involved with it, it's nice to have like those few small things that you do that you like,
That
can
make
set
it
the
feel
pace. Yeah.
right. Yeah, no, I think that is really important. Even like getting the tree was always like a big thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know, I just want to create those like traditions with people that are my family, but not like actually my family. You know what I mean? Like, I love doing those things with like my friends.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you're, like, not like, if you're not a dad or a mom or like any of those things, like, for you and I, as an example, like, we're not starting families anytime soon. So it's like creating traditions and things like that. Like I remember my uncle used to like surprise us on Christmas Eve like every so often. Like growing up, he'd come down from New York, and like that was like such a huge like surprise. That's what made Christmas like magical, you know what I mean? So it was like him doing that and not being like, you know, with like his girlfriend or whoever. It was like doing something that wasn't as traditional. Like it almost like added a different type of like energy to it, I guess. So it's like, I just even think of my friends that have kids and like being around kids during like Christmas. It just like, it feels so much like lighter. Cause like I don't know, like when you're just like older, you're just like, okay, we drink and that's it. Like you don't have that like spirit of like Christmas, I guess. And living in Florida, I don't think it's like as cold.
We don't really
and
get Christmas because it's not like you walk out Christmas morning and
there's
like
snow
and Christmas lights. Like there's Christmas lights, but like anyone that doesn't live in Florida, after 25 years, you wake up and it is no joke. Like I don't think I've ever seen it less than 75 degrees on Christmas Day.
It's never cold.
Yeah, and majority of the time it's actually like hot and humid on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
You're just like, well, it doesn't really feel like Christmas.
It's just a weird day because everything's closed, so you can't do anything normal. You're usually stuck like with family somewhere, and you're like, okay, now what? We've all talked for 20 minutes, and it's like
time to eat food.
It's so funny because like I even just growing up, like my mom, my dad, and my sister and I were all air signs. So like after like 15-20 minutes of conversation, we're like ready to be like back in our spaces. It's like too much socializing, and no one takes it personally. It's like, okay, like we talked, we had dinner, whatever, and then everyone goes in their own like space. So it's like, I don't know, it's just like, it's just different, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and we never really had like a big family. Like, did you have like big family dinners? Because I didn't.
No, like when I was really, really young, there was like big family dinners. Not like massive, but like big family dinners, and like we'd get everyone together, and like that'd be fun. But like that literally hasn't happened since like single digit numbers. So it's like every holiday is like pretty small, which like, you know, it's cool because like love my family, like it's what you have. So like having that time with them is like super meaningful. But like it was cool at the same time too of like having like 10, 15, 20 people together, like celebrating the holidays, like all together at a house, having a good time.
That's what feels like a holiday to me. It's like just more people. I remember my grandparents being there and just like being a kid and my uncle, and like once you have more than like 6 or 7 people, it feels like a group, you know? But yeah, like once you get older, it's just like, okay, I'm like here with my parents, and you know, like it's just like the immediate family pretty much. So
which is great because it's like if you don't see them that often and you finally get to spend like that quality time with them, it's really nice.
I was just thinking, like us talking about this, I'm gonna bring We're Not Really Strangers to my mom's.
Oh, that's a great
idea. Probably for Christmas. I feel like it would either end up as in us all arguing, or or it'll be a really good conversation.
Maybe that's a good thing though. That's a great idea actually. I should get my game back and bring that.
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's really cool.
What do you feel like? How do you navigate gift giving during this season?
Like,
do you have certain friends you give to?
Yeah, actually, so I made it like intentional that towards the end of this year, like I wanted to give like a few of the most important females in my life like a certain gift, and you pretty much all have that except for one, which I still have to give her gift.
I cried, everybody.
And like I really like, I'm a giving person. Like I love to give people things, and I love like whether it's Christmas or not, like it just feels good to like give to other people. And one of the reasons why I want to like do well in life is so I can just give as much as possible. So when it comes to holidays, I think it's cool to be able to like, you know, be Santa Claus and give people things, and it's nice.
Crystal Santa Claus. Continue. Sorry.
At the same time, it's like I don't want that to be like something that just like, oh sweet, Steven's here, we get gifts this year, we get great gifts, or like what. I don't want it to be something that's like,
oh, Steven's in town, we're all getting new cars.
Yeah,
I'll give you this Moldavite back. Are you getting me a new car? Just kidding.
Yeah.
I've been drinking, everybody. I like accidentally poured too much, and he's like, "That's like 3 drinks." So I was like, "It's fine. We're talking about the holidays."
Three doubles inside one glass. I don't know how she's drinking it.
I haven't drank much of it, but I did drink one before this. Yeah. So continue. Anyway, I interrupted rudely.
It's okay. I know. I just like giving to people, but I like meaningful gifts. And you know, sometimes though, like when the time comes around to give gifts, you're just like you're not feeling it, like trying to come up with something creative, so you just like, settle and give someone something.
A great example of this was for your mom's birthday, the day before we went to the mall. Remember that?
Yes.
And we were just like, you're like, there is nothing in here that I want to get her. Like, there's just certain material things that don't do justice of like how you want them to feel. Like, moms always want like perfume or candles, slippers, pajamas, like candles, shit like that. But like after so many years, you're like, I don't want to do this. Like, and my mom doesn't really like, she's like, why'd you go out of your way? Like she doesn't need it, you know? So it's like what you ended up doing was really cool.
Yeah. So. I think gifting people experiences, like obviously, I mean, not always, but it usually costs more money to give people experiences. But the satisfaction of someone being able to have an experience that they'll never forget as a gift, it makes me feel really good to be able to provide that for someone. So I think that's the coolest thing, because like the material objects and all that shit, like I can give you something that's a material and it's going to end up on a shelf and you're going to forget about it. And like, oh, there's that gift. And then when 2 or 3 years comes and you're like trying to downsize your life or clean out your apartment, you're like, oh, I want to get rid of this, but I can't because this person gave it to me as a gift and I feel obligated to keep it. So it's just like, I don't know. It's nice to give people experiences or just very significant, meaningful things like those gifts. So
I think the first time I did that, when my sister graduated high school, I bought us tickets to Amsterdam.
That's so cool.
And it was like the biggest gift I've ever given anyone. Yeah. And like when she opened the box, like it was just really cool. Like my friend Logan like came with us too, which was awesome. And like she like took photos, and it just like it almost does more for you than that person. I know Jen will never forget that I did that, but like for you, like instead of giving her like say something that cost $1,000, like a jewelry item or something like that cost that much, like to give like, hey, we're going to Amsterdam, like that shit was fucking awesome. Like it was just like, because I got to enjoy it too, you know? So yeah, I would definitely recommend everyone try to give like experiences as gifts, even if it was like 2 tickets to a museum. Like I would really appreciate that, you know, like
it's very like off the beaten path.
Yeah.
And like it's another one, like later on in your life when you're reflecting back, like you never reflect back and you're like, oh, man, that $150 watch my friend got me 37 years ago, man, awesome. That watch was great. You're like, oh no, but that trip to Amsterdam or Colorado or whatever it was, like that's the stuff that people remember.
Really, it really matters. Or even like, oh, like let's go to a concert once we had things like that. But you know, it'll come back soon. Yeah. And that's a great, like, I feel like a great gift idea, because tickets are usually only like $25 to $50. So if you get them too, it's like, hey, here you go, you know? So
it's a really good gift idea.
Yeah. I feel like growing up, my parents like went above and beyond for Jen and I really don't know how they did it. Like every year we got the things that we hoped for, and like it was just gift after gift, like birthdays. So like, you know, the table was full of gifts, even if it was like little things like candy or like, you know, just like things that like small things. So I started like taking on those patterns of giving. So like my parents, now I'm like, oh, I have to get them multiple things for Christmas. I have to get them multiple things for their birthday, multiple things for Mother's Day and Father's Day. And it's like, that's not necessarily true.
Yeah.
You know,
it's almost like you feel bad if you like show up to a holiday that's known for gift giving and you like don't have a gift.
Yeah, like you feel weird.
Yeah, even if that person literally just wants your company and just wants to spend that day with you.
Yeah.
But, like, you're just like, fuck, how did I not show up without a gift? I need to go run to the store. I need to grab something real quick. And it's like a moral obligation. You just feel like you need to do it, even though it's just the way that we've been raised, that that's how it's right.
It's literally just like a societal thing. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's past like, you know, the US, but like that's how holidays have been like meant. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like I've always known it to be that way.
Mhm.
I've even being places like my first relationship, serious relationship I was in, like his parents got me things, his grandparents got me things for Christmas, and I was like, this is overwhelming. I'm 16. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck am I supposed to get you? You know, like I don't even have my own grandparents to
Yeah.
give things to. So, I mean, I don't think they necessarily expected anything from me, but it was like, that's just like a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
you know,
it's the law of reciprocity, and it basically says that like if someone gives you something, even if it's small, you immediately psychologically feel obligated to give them something in return. And some people use that to their advantage by, let's say, like I gave you a Coke this morning. Like I bought you a Coke or bought you a coffee, and then later on I'm like, hey, by the way, can you do this for me? Subconsciously, whether you realize it or not, because I gave you something small, you're now willing to do something much bigger or return the favor in some other way.
weird. That could be
Yeah.
so manipulative once
Yeah.
you know that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm gonna get them
It's
this, so
in
they're
a book called Influence. It's literally like tricks to like influence people.
influence
Yeah.
people. Wow, I bet most people don't even know that.
Yeah, not at all.
Because
But-
you would never think that, but like that's just like the natural way that we respond. It's like, oh, they've done something for me, I need to give them back something.
Yeah, like
so,
the when a good example of that is people like in Miami, they come up and they start washing your window. And you don't ask them to, but
yeah.
then you feel morally obligated. You're like, well, you just cleaned my window, even though this is the most
Here's
annoying situation I
$5.
could possibly be in. Here you go.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
Holidays are like, I don't know. I have like a love-hate relationship with holidays because I feel like some of my worst like childhood trauma revolves around the holidays.
Okay.
So I think a lot of people get like depressed this time of year. But I think I'm like, there's also really positive things about it. Like spending time, like intentional time with my family. I think that's like really important.
Yeah.
So hi, welcome. Our first guest, Jared, everybody.
Hey.
We're talking about holidays.
Gift giving.
Cool. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like it's like being aware. Like I was walking around TJ Maxx the other day. I think yesterday. And like all this like I feel like holiday music is so sad. Like all I want to do is like drink and cry. Like, is that not true? Like,
Some of
it's
it,
like
yeah.
so old and like
music
sad.
that like makes you feel like the stuff that sings
Nostalgic.
about like being stuck in like a log cabin while it's snowing or something like that.
Like, fuck, I'm stuck in Florida. There's no
Yeah.
log cabin for me to
Yeah, maybe that's another
weep
reason to
in.
make us feel sad is because we're in Florida. Even
That's probably what
though
it
other
is.
people are like, oh, well, fuck you guys. You guys get to go to the beach on Christmas Day.
It's like, that's not what happens.
yeah.
We
Like,
just sulk inside like you with no snow on the ground. I don't know. I just feel like Christmas music makes me want to like drink and just be sad. Like I want to think about all the negative things that have ever happened in the winter and just be like miserable.
Interesting.
I mean, that's a little dramatic, but
I think I'm on the other end of that spectrum, but that's really interesting.
But I do notice that I start to feel like maybe it's nostalgic and like, I don't know. I just feel like I get sad. Like I'm walking around TJ Maxx yesterday and I'm like, this fucking song. Like if I've never wanted to kill myself before, I definitely do now. Like,
I mean, yeah, I guess I could totally.
we'll have to
understand
play
now.
some Christmas music.
Yeah.
I'll
Some
pull that
upbeat
up.
Christmas music.
I'll show you some depressing Christmas
That's
music that I'm
exactly what
talking.
I want to hear.
Honestly, actually, you know what I really enjoy? Frank Sinatra's Christmas album. Have
That's
you ever
good.
listened to
That's
that?
good. The one Christmas song, holiday song that always gets stuck in my head is Feliz Navidad. I remember back when I was young, I used to ask my parents to play it over and over and over again.
Really?
I would sing along to it. It was the most like upbeat, exciting song ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find you know why I think I get sad? Because like Christmas and like Frank Sinatra reminds me of my grandma, and she like definitely made the holidays what they were.
Yeah.
So I think maybe like, you know, subconsciously I just miss her and I let myself like think about her. So
Now
of course I get a little sad.
That's good. Okay.
That
okay.
I'm digging a little bit
now we're
deeper.
digging.
Let me see.
That's
What
a
is
good
the song?
realization. It's really interesting too, because like Christmas and like the end of the year is the most dominant holiday feeling.
Yeah.
Because then like we have Easter, but it doesn't really feel like much. And then
No.
you've got like other small holidays, like Halloween's cool, but like up until you get to like Christmas,
it doesn't
Christmas
actually
is like
feel
the dominating holiday, I feel like.
Yeah, because look at how like our culture like markets it.
Yeah.
Like right after Halloween almost you start seeing shit.
Yeah, and so one more thing that's really interesting on that, I found out that did you spell it? Oh, you spelled it everywhere.
Continue.
So there's a trick. I'm gonna try to say this without butchering this. One thing that a lot of companies will do, because they know that after Christmas their sales are gonna dry up.
True.
So they go on and they market and they advertise items as heavily as they can, but they know that when they sell it on Christmas, it's gonna be a limited stock. The reason why they do this is because the kids are going to see it on TV. Mm-hmm. They're going to beg their parents for it, and they're going to say, I want this, I want this, I want this. So the parents are thinking, okay, I can go and I can buy this now, or I can buy this the closer it gets to Christmas. But then they get to the store and they realize that the limited stock, they can't buy it. But now their kids think that they're getting it.
So they have to order it?
After Christmas, they re-release the next wave of the stock. Or like they stock it up again, so that way in like January and February the parents can follow through on saying like, okay, yep, I'll get you that gift that you wanted now.
Interesting.
So there's like another season for these companies that sell items because they limit the stock and then they re-release the stock later after they've already got the kids hooked on wanting this item.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Santa makes a second round.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, just kidding. He comes on December 30th too.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I did not know that. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, my birthday is always like 3 weeks after Christmas, so I'm like, anything I didn't get for Christmas, I would get for my birthday. So my mom would probably just like watch and be like, oh, if she brings up still wanting that one thing, like, I get it for my birthday. So
yeah. Good.
Great.
So enjoy your holidays.
I'm sorry. I was not as put together as I usually am for this episode.
It's okay.
But yeah, enjoy it. I feel like maybe we'll talk about the holidays one more time before.
Recap again after Christmas or something.
Yeah,
something
everyone,
like
we can just compare experiences.
Yeah. Just I don't know. It's not about the materialism. It's about the experiences of being around your people that you love, the people that you care about, doing fun things, enjoying that time, and not trying to buy the best gift you can possibly buy someone.
Right. And also like navigating the like experience, I think just like lately with like how, not even that my parents are older, but I've reflected that like they're not going to be around forever. So it's just like appreciating the time that you get to spend with them and like just like being more aware of like getting to spend the holidays with your parents or, you know, grandparents if you have them. Like, I think that's really important to be more intentional and not so much like, it's a good time to like slow down and like not be on your phone and like talk to your grandparents about something they went through in their 20s, like when they were your age, or like,
Very true.
You know what I mean? Like start writing things down. Like I think I've talked about this before, but like the one thing I regret is that I didn't write down any of my grandma's stories. And like, if I would have had her words to like look back on, it would have just been like more powerful. Like I remember them, but it's just nice to have that documented somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's also something like to definitely do over the holidays.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep that in mind and do that. I don't think about that often. But
Because you still have your grandparents.
my grandpa.
Yeah, that'd be cool to do.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I will.
report back. Let me know.
I will definitely make a conscious effort to do that.
Cool. Okay. Well, bye.
See you guys. Happy holidays.